Hello! It is me who was late. Good morning! Wah, 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 wah. I got up and I had to make coffee, and then I had to feed my cat, and then I was like, okay, I'm good to go. And then I realized I hadn't made a Fugi for my new model. So, and I'd already like moved my webcam to the hand cam position, so then I had to move it back to take screenshots of myself to set up the Fugi. Oh my goodness, it was an adventure. But now we're all ready. And we are indeed building a robot with a mustache. Today, it is time to start the Turn-A Gundam. The Turn-A has like a super cool design. It's a very unique design. There's not really any other Gundams that look like the Turn-A. But it's really cool. And the show it's from, also called Turn-A, it's also very good. So now we get to make it. So this is an MG. Yeah, so the one I'm using from Booth is, they're not exclusive, so that's why they're cheap. Like, relatively. Is anyone can buy this and use this model. And look a little bit like me, but they not me. The one nice thing about this one is they said as long as you don't resell it, you're free to modify it. So I changed a little bit of the eye makeup a little bit, and I messed up one of my eyes. Yeah, she likes biting plastic. Are you trying to help me open it, baby? She doesn't like to eat the plastic, she just likes to bite it. Oh, for Vanner. But yeah, so basically other people could look like this. I haven't seen any of them, but I'm sure they're out there. But they don't have a busted eye like I do. So I'm unique. My long-lost siblings. Honestly, that actually fits in the lore I've made up for myself, so it works. Ooh! The instruction booklet looks really cool. It looks like in the show there is actually an instruction booklet for the Turn-A. Or it's like an instruction iPad, I guess. And it looks kind of like this. Yeah! The box is big. I love that they do include, like, the back shot so you can see the cool legs. Same with, like, on the side here. Wow. The mustache. But right, MG, it does stand for Mustache Gundam. But it also, generally, in the world of Gunpla, it stands for Master Grade. So, the camphor that I built before on stream is, it stands for, that was an HG, so it's a high grade. I just said it with such confidence. It does stand for Master Grade, though. And so, basically, this is... It's quote-unquote, oh, you can do my little quotes here, a larger scale. So this is at 1/100th of the scale of the Turn-A instead of 1/144th like the camphor was. And as a result of that, it's just got a lot more detail to it. And as a result of that, a lot more parts. The Sazabi I showed off last Gunpla stream was also a master grade, but that one is like one of the master grades of master grades, so this won't be quite as difficult to build as that. Because not only is the Sazabi just a larger scale, but the Sazabi is also just a really big mobile suit in the first place. Hi, parentheses. Yes, I know it's exciting. There's so much plastic. So I'm just going to open these all up by biting them with my sharp little teeth. Ooh, the mustache. Important. So, it is important to note, send teeth pics. I do have good teeth. Well, mostly good teeth. I have never had a cavity. It is important to note that in the actual show, they do indeed call the Turn-A the mustache. Because most people are like, man, we don't know what the fuck that thing is, but it sure does have a mustache. Or they call it, I guess, I mean, in the Japanese, they're like, hige! Oisho. Hey, don't bite my mic. Yeah, it's an actual cockpit. It's right in the crotch. It's another unique feature. The really... I haven't found it yet. One of the things that is amazing about this MG is it comes with a little plastic cow. Because there's an episode of Turn-A Gundam, I think I talked about this before at one point, where they hide a cow in the Turn-A's missile silo to transport it. So one misconception people have about mobile suits a lot is that don't bite the actual pieces, baby. That's bad. You can bite the plastic, don't bite the actual pieces. Is that if like two Gundams are fighting and one of them blows the other one's head off, because they look like big humanoid robots, most of the time you think, oh, that guy's so dead, he got his head blown off. But actually, the only thing that's in the head is, like, cameras, for the most part. Most mobile suits have the cockpit in the chest, which makes sense, because it's, like, the most heavily armored area, it's got the most room. So if the head gets blown off, they're effectively blind, but they're not dead. The Turn-A is a little unique in that it has the crotch pit going on. And then the Sazabi actually does have the pilot in the head. So it's also unique in that way. But for the most part, it's in the chest. So if they got shot like where a heart would be, that's the pilot. Death. Okay, I think that is all the bits. Oh, yeah, look. Here is... There's the cow. There's the cow, and there's... Oh my god, why can't I remember his name right now? What the fuck? I'm, like, pulling a blank. Lauren, right? I think so. The pilot. Lauren's cool. Okay. It's time to start building. Boop, boop, boop. We have all the pieces. So, the body unit is first. The RX-78. Oh! So yeah, the RX-78 is kind of unique in that it has this thing called a core fighter, which is basically like there's this jet that called the core fighter that can transform into like the stomach of the RX-78. I'm not sure. I don't think the core fighter has like the actual cockpit for the 78 in it though, or I could be wrong. The core fighter's kind of weird. I honestly think they made it to sell more toys, which, to be fair, I guess that's lots of stuff in early Gundam. But it's a pretty unique design. I don't think there's many other Gundams that have that going on. The Zeta can turn into a jet, but it doesn't have like a core fighter block. So we need to start with H. H. That's F. That's... Oh, this is H. 16 and 17. Oh, I'm a little sniffly today. Hope I'm not coming down with something again. It's probably just my nose not working very well as normal. This is G. So, I'm going to talk about something really nerdy now. I know I'm already building Gunpla, but now I'm going to talk about something really nerdy. We're going to talk about Gundam timelines. Because that's an important thing to understand. So, there are various different timelines for Gundam shows. You might have heard people say UC before. UC stands for Universal Century, and that's the timeline that like the original takes place in, and then a bunch of other shows take place in UC. It's kind of like the main one. And then various other shows like Seed and Wing and, oh yeah, like Witch from Mercury that just came out, are in their own timelines. They're different from Universal Century. They have different stuff going on, essentially. They're basically like alternate universes. And Turn A is, I think it's called or is Dark Century IBO? I don't remember now. But Turn A takes place in its own separate little timeline as well. Where did my file go? Oh my god. Oh my god, sneeze on stream. Where did my file go? Hold on a second. Oh, here it is. Theses, what did you just take? Just took something off my desk. Oh! Last time when I was building the camphor, I couldn't find the scope piece for the bazooka, and Theses just found it for me. Oh, man, actually, I have to blow my nose. Just a second, I'll be right back. Whoa. There. That's a little bit better. Yeah, thankfully, she likes biting soft plastic. So for the most part, she leaves, like, my gunpla and my figs and stuff alone. She knocks them over, but she doesn't really bite them. Which is good. I'd be cross with her if that were to happen. She did, she bit my Takarajiman acrylic once, but I think that's just because she's a lowback. So that's I guess acceptable. She does. Seriously, whenever I used to watch his streams, those were the ones she was always, like, the most interested in. She's just totally a low back. That piece. But yeah, Turn A's timeline is kind of interesting because it takes place... Oh, Recon and G. I don't actually know a lot about Recon and G. Turn A's timeline is kind of weird too because it takes place really far in the future. And it is like, hypothetically... I think some people have talked about how Turn A can, like, unify a bunch of timelines through what it talks about. Because the sort of interesting thing about Turn A's timeline is it's, like, really far future. Yeah, Tomy... There's a lot of, like, old Japanese directors who just kind of keep going. They're like, I don't want to stop. It's like Miyazaki. I think he's retired, like, 3 times. But yeah, Turn A is, like, really far future, but the technology on Earth has, for the most part, gone back to, like... I guess what time period would it be? Like 1900s, maybe? Like early 1900s? And then there's been these people living up on the moon that still have much more advanced technology, and they left because of this cataclysmic event that had happened on the Earth ages ago. And they're like, hey, you know what? Actually, we want to come back. But there's not really necessarily room for them, and so there's a conflict that breaks out. And the people on Earth start digging up ancient technology, mobile suits from in the ground, and one of them is the No.A Gundam. But yeah, it's neat. It's got this nice little mix of like kind of these quaint rural settings and like old-timey tech, and then mobile suits too. And the other interesting thing about No.A is that it's probably got like the most pacifistic Gundam protagonist. Lauren Chehak is really trying to... I mean, he'll still fight and stuff, but he's really looking to kind of make peace between the moon race and the people on Earth. It's good. It's got a very different tone. It's a lot less like dreary and everything is hopeless like a lot of Tomino's other stuff. But yeah, because of what the No.A does as kind of its like ultimate techniques, it can like the No.A timeline can theoretically kind of like unify several other ones, like the idea that they happened at different points in time and then a long time passed and then No.A happens. Yeah, honestly, my knowledge is, I guess, not surface level, because I kind of got deep into it, but I only really started checking out Gundam stuff in... It's like, this would have been, oh my god, still like 7 years ago now. But when I was in university, I was like, hey, it might be fun to build these model kits. And then I was like, I actually started building Gunpla first, and then I was like, okay, I should actually watch the show. And then I started watching some. But for the most part, I've only really watched, like, Universal Century stuff. So, like, the original and Zeta, War in the Pocket, 8th MS Team, stuff like that. I haven't really seen, like, any of the other big ones, like Wing or Seed or Age. Or I haven't seen IBO either, actually. There's that bit. Yes. Okay. What are we here? 8:34 and 35. There we go. Yeah. This song is called Moon, and it's really pretty. No.A's just got a really great soundtrack in general. It's by Yoko Kanno, who's one of my favorite anime composers. Other stuff she's done, she did Cowboy Bebop's OST. She did Darker Than Black. She did Escaflowne. She's pretty awesome. And she did this too. I believe this is actually her singing. If I had a really floaty, airy voice, I'd love to sing this song, but I don't. Just that bit. Good. Get a little bit of aligning on these guys. Don't even know if these pieces will be visible, because they're like inside the chest. But I'm going to add panel lining to them anyways. You know, people say it's what's inside that counts, so... I think you might be able to see the inside of these pieces if you pull out the missile silos. So that's the thing about the Turn A, is because it doesn't have the cockpit in the chest. It has room for these big-ass missile silos in there. Which had nukes in them originally. Yay! Or may have had nukes in them. Probably had nukes in them. B6 and B5. Blue bits. bits move, so I really want to make sure they're sanded down properly. Man, I remember before I learned about things like panel lining and sanding down nub marks and painting. It was so fast to build a gunpla. I think the first one I built, I did in like an afternoon, because I just cut out all the bits and put them together. Okay, now we can actually start putting these together. These are yeah, it's very classical. I think it probably is based on a classical piece, but I can't place which it is. Wait, is this right? Yes. A lot of our old cartoons would use classical music as well because it's, what's the word for when it's not copywritten anymore? Public domain, that's it. You don't have to pay anyone to use Mozart. Well, I guess you still need to get a recording of it, but... I see. I'll put these on upside down. These should be like this. That makes more sense. Oh yeah, I guess they're gonna. Okay, I see. It's complicated. Right, and now they can slide forward. Okay. It's because it's a little party track. It's still part of the Turn A soundtrack. What track is this? This song is called... Oh, this is the theme for Gwyne Reinford's Limousine. Gwyne Reinford's a fancy politics man. There, so we've got the skeleton of the chest done. The big old chest cavities. After some mishaps with me misreading the instructions. H37. No, that's G. That's I. Where'd I put H? H. He's got cavities in his chest. Because then you can put things in there like missiles or cows. Or dirt. Just realized I haven't had any of my coffee yet. No wonder I'm still so EP sleepy. When I was falling asleep last night, I was like thinking about Armored Core builds. There's way too many good games coming out right now. It's tough. It's like I still haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3. I'm nowhere close to finishing Baldur's Gate 3, in fact. And I want to do multiple playthroughs of that game, and now Armored Core is out. Bomb Rush Cyberpunk came out, I haven't even touched that. But that just means they're not going anywhere. So I got a whole bunch of them. I am very thankful that some games age like wine. Some games do not. I'm very thankful that I have a Steam Deck for my flight to Japan later this year is gonna be like over 11 hours in the plane. So can get some gaming in. And hopefully some sleeping, we'll see. Yeah, the crazy thing is because of time zones, because the flight is like 12 hours, and then I'm also going forward like over 12 hours. I get there like over 24 hours later. But then I kind of gain that time back when I come back. Because I think I leave in the afternoon, and then I get back home, which is like with a connecting flight only like 3 hours after I left or something, time zone wise. Yeah, I just go fast like a bunny. But yeah, I've had travel time that long, or like longer than that before, but I've never been on just a single flight that's that long. Fast like a bunny. I bet I'd be cute with bunny ears, actually. Poyong. Like that. They don't. I could get an asset. I could slap them up there. I do want to mess around with free assets more. It seems fun. Where the hell is G32 on here? There it is. these out while we're here. G35. $36. Man, I just said, oh, I haven't been drinking my coffee, and then I proceeded to continue to not drink it. Coffee time. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I like coffee cold as well as hot. So if I leave it for too long, it's still good. It still tastes good. Yeah. Terrifying fact about me, I will drink any temperature of coffee. This is the beast known as No.A Mono. The adaptable monster. I'm very picky about how my coffee's actually made. But then the temperature of it, anything goes. Yeah, I mean, I have a sense for hot and cold, like the room temperature. And there's lots of foods I won't like if they're, like, cold. I guess maybe it's just drink. Or actually, if a drink is supposed to be cold and it's warm, I don't like that. I like the drink to be really cold if it's supposed to be cold. But if it's supposed to be a hot drink and then it gets, like, warm or room temperature, I don't really mind. Yeah, no, warm cola, no good. Yucky, yucky. But lukewarm coffee? It's still yummy. I mean, heck, I got a water dispenser because the water from the tap isn't cold enough. I want colder water. Yeah, it doesn't even, like... Winter isn't that cold here, though, so... And although I'm very fortunate and I don't have to filter the tap water here. I think it does taste a little bit better once it is filtered. Yeah, it's actually technically a temperate rainforest here. So it's not tropical, but it is a rainforest. And yes, it is very mild in the winter. We get like 1 week of snow usually. It doesn't really go below 0 that often. The rest of Canada gets cold as fuck. But here it's pretty chill. Yeah, not getting as very much snow is kind of lame, honestly, because I love snow. And I don't even mind when it gets really cold in the winter. Like, I lived more inland for a little while for work. And there it got super cold in the winter, and that was actually kind of neat. Because, like, when it's really cold, as long as you got appropriate clothing and you can bundle up a bunch, it's fine. Yeah, when I was, Hi, Bun Bun! When I was living in the interior, I still walked to work every day in the winter. And I did this thing where it's like I had this big hat, and then I had a scarf, and I'd like wrap my scarf around like my nose and my mouth, so just my eyes would be poking out. But what would happen is my breath, because I had the scarf around my mouth, my breath would like get pushed up towards the... I'm like making hand motions on my face that you can't see. Here's my face, and my breath would get pushed up towards where my eyes were. And then it would all freeze. So I'd get to work and I'd have like ice all over my eyebrows and my eyelashes. It was fun. Yeah, and the scarf would get really wet too. Winter is real. It helped keep my face warmer though, because it got really cold there. It was like usually around like I guess low, like low -20s or like -30s in the winter there. Guys, all panel line. Oh, you had winter? Did you get snow? I do feel really bad, like some people say, oh, I've never seen snow before. And it's like, oh, that sucks. Snow's so fun. Like, we just don't get much snow here, and that still makes me sad. Oh, only hail. Yuck. The one nice thing here is even though it doesn't really snow much, we're at least nearby, like, lots of mountains and stuff, so you can just, like, drive out to a mountain and there'll be snow on the mountain. Yeah, it's ice. It's like unfun snow. Snow that you can't play in and it hurts when it drops on you. Oh, yeah, like frozen ponds and lakes and stuff are cool, but I don't like ice when it falls out of the sky on my head. I do like there's a big park here that has like a bunch of ducks. And I used to always go with my dad there to feed the ducks. And the rare times in the winter when it would get cold enough for the pond to freeze, the ducks would be so confused. Thankfully, they wouldn't freeze, but, you know, they'd be, like, walking around on the ice. And the thing is like, they'd fly, and then they'd go in to land on the ice, but they're not used to it. So when they land, they'd all just, like, they'd skid. And so you'd go there with some duck feed, and you'd be like, come here, ducks, come get fed, I'm gonna feed you. And they'd all fly towards you, and then they'd all land, and they'd all kind of, they'd all skid into each other. Like little curling pucks. It was nice to go and feed the ducks in the winter, though, because, like, in the summer, like, lots of tourists would be here, and they'd all feed the ducks lots, and they'd be all healthy and happy, but then in the off-season, not nearly as many people would be there giving them seeds, so we'd go into winter and give the ducks some food, and they'd be really happy about it. And if you were careful and cautious when you were feeding them, sometimes they'd let you pet them, and they're really soft on their bellies. But you had to be, like, really sneaky about it, or else you'd freak them out. Macy's is here. Yes, I feed you and pet you too. Yeah, there's stuff I'm doing up there, baby. Hey! That was very rude. Did you see that? Why'd you do that? She smacked the gunpla. You? No, you don't like Mr. Mustache. It's because Noah's paying attention to the Gundam and not you. Oh my gosh. So jealous. Your nails are starting to get long, baby. We're gonna need to get those trimmed. You're not gonna like that. Okay, I think we are gonna start putting actual armor on the outside of the body now. So B2, B is one of the blue ones. Here it is. Hey, girl! Oh my God! You are a menace. Yes, you little so-and-so. Don't bite the mic. I should, like, get some of that yucky spray or whatever and put it on the mic cable. They make, like, little sprays you can get that they're not toxic, but they taste really shitty. And so if your pets like to chew on stuff, yeah, yuck. If your pets like to chew on stuff, then they bite it and it's like, ooh, yucky. And then if they do that a couple times and it tastes bad every time, then ideally they should just stop biting it. Should do that. Oh, that's so gross, though, making it yourself. Feces? Oh, fucking God. Hey, girl? What the hell? Oh, no, it's basically it can be, you can use the blue piece or the white piece, and it looks different. She really wants screen time. Don't you? You're like, what's this gunpla crap? You should do a stream where it's just me. Hey. You are a little rascal, aren't you? Come here, come here. Yeah, no more No.A, only feces. She knocked something onto the floor, and then when it made a sound, she got startled. You're so dumb. That's kind of Moe, though, I guess. People like that. People like it when streamers are dumb. Because it's cute. Your tail even got floofed up, you idiot. It really startled her. She's going to her bed now. She got spooked. Dojiko! I feel like cats in general are just kind of at least a little bit tsundere by nature, too. It's just how they are. Do you have anything to say, IKEA cat? Can you refute this? You're not very soon, though. Some cats are friendlier than others. Honestly, with the way feces, like, bites stuff that I'm paying attention to instead of her, she's more like a yandere. Oh, yes. Incredibly ferocious. This is a stubborn little wolf. Cats don't need to handle knives. Their paws are full of knives. They've got tons of them in them. They're full of knives. Oh my god, you're a yandere? Slay! But not, like, uh-oh. Not like that. Oh no. When you took the definition of slaying too far. No, she's very good with other people though, which is nice. When she first came home to live with me, she was really shy of other people. Like, she'd be really snuggly with me, but if other people would come over, she'd just hide. Slay in Minecraft. But now she's good. Now people will come over and she'll hide under the bed for like 3 minutes. And then when she figures out that they're not leaving, she's like, okay, I'll come out and say hi. And she'll get pets and sit on people's laps and stuff. So I'm glad she's getting over her social anxiety. I do think, you know, they say, like, animals are similar to their owners. I do think that parentheses has like an anxiety disorder as well as me. Don't you? You're an anxious little pumpkin, aren't you? A7. Yeah, like, I totally get it. When, like, I lived at home, if there was, like, guests coming over, like, when I lived with my parents, I'd be like, I'll, like, come out and say hi, I guess. Actually, I'd usually, like, come out and socialize because I didn't want to be rude. But if I had the option, I would have just, like, hidden my room. Thankfully, through genetics, my parents, like me, also aren't super social, so that didn't happen that often. My dad in particular, we are like so similar when it comes to social situations and stuff. Is that like a scratch mark? Oh no, that's supposed to be there, I think. I know, oh my god, No.A, so relatable. They're just like me for real, for real. Bange. The gray panel liner is too watery. I need the black one. Let me figure out where I put that. Oh, that might also be because I've been like moving away from the mic, but I'll turn the music down a little bit. Honestly, OBS just straight up lies about audio levels, so it's really hard to tell. So thank you for letting me know. I am going to attempt to find my black panel liner. Yeah, you understand, right? OBS totally lies. It'll be like, oh yeah, your game audio is totally like half of your mic, and then if you actually listen to it, they're equal or it's louder. It's nonsense. Also, it may be a first for any of my streams. I went to go find something and I immediately found it the first place I looked. Lucky? Why aren't you saying, wow, No.A's so smart? No.A has his apartment so organized, he knows exactly where things are. Oh man, these lines are like so thin though, they're really hard to line. Yeah. Yeah. I think you might be right. Even geniuses can lose their pens. Okay, there's that. So now this goes on the front of here. Like so. Oh, actually, I should do these in black if I'm going to be using black for this. And then this goes on over here. Eh? Wait. Chotto matte. Oh, I did these in the wrong order. Silly. For the most part, yeah. I think there's a couple pieces on this I want to paint. But that's more just for aesthetics. I want to do some of the like the leg thrusters in silver. But for the most part, it's pretty color accurate. The plastic is. Like, this is the colors finished, and everything's basically that. It's more common with HG model kits that you'll have some stickers for doing certain color corrections. But there's not really any stickers for that for this. There's some, like, decal stickers for it. But yeah, so you don't really have to paint it. It'll look good without paint. But the leg thrusters in the Turn A are super cool looking, and I think they'd look really nice in silver to really kind of make them pop. So actually, maybe I think silver would be too bright, but in like a gunmetal. Like, I want to make them metallic, basically. How does this go on? The instructions are not very clear here. Oh, that's because I've been putting it on the wrong way. Hey, when you orient it the right way, it actually makes a lot more sense. Who'da thunk? There we go. Look at that. It's starting to look like the Turn A Gundam's body. Now, the back. B4 and B12. Oh no, I'm an inmate? I guess so, a little bit. Oh, actually, I missed a piece here. G. That's I. Where did I put G? Eat the grass, No.A. Where the hell did I put that runner? I think I like put it somewhere different because I was like, I'm gonna need to use this. I'll put it somewhere handy. And then that caused me to lose it. Did I like take it with me when I looked for my Theses? Did you steal it? What the heck? Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Never mind. Here it is. It's the thing that Theses did steal it. It's the thing that parentheses knocked off the desk that startled her. It's because here's the thing. It's because I'm a super mega tensai genius that I misplace things because my brain is just full of so many bigger ideas that it doesn't have room, It doesn't have room for all these simple things like where I put stuff. That's what I'm going with. Yes. 38 and 39. Exactly. I can't be OP. They gotta nerf me somehow. That's what I always think, If, like, bad stuff happens to you, if, like, it's like, oh, damn, I have anxiety. Well, it's a balance patch. And, in, like, I use fighting games as an example. But in fighting games, I don't like playing the overpowered characters. Like, even if it's my favorite character, I like it if the character I play gets buffed. But I don't want them to get so strong that they're like the best one, Because I'm an elitist. And I don't want to play the character that everyone else is playing because they're the strongest. I want to play the one I like. So it's the same with yourself, you know? If you get nerfed a little bit, just think like, hey, it's important to be balanced. Yeah, like, right now, exactly, I don't want to be playing the meta. Like, right now, for example, in Street Fighter, most people consider Zangief, like, one of the worst characters. So do I want him to get buffed? Yes. But if they buffed him so much that he was, like, the best character, that won't happen, because people hate buffing grapplers. Grapplers are almost never the best character. But if that happened, it would make me sad, because then it would be like, oh, everyone's playing Zangief. And when I'd get matched up with someone, they just assume, oh, this guy's playing Zangief because he's the best. And I'm like, no, I'm playing him because I like him. I don't want to play the meta. Oh my, don't even joke about that. I would not play Ken. Actually, Ken does... like, literally the reason I don't play Ken is because he's the meta. Ken legitimately seems like a fun character to play. But because he's meta, I refuse to play as him. Exactly. I'm not like other girls. I'm bottom tier. It's like I haven't seen Oppenheimer or Barbie yet because I'm like, they have to be not popular anymore before I can watch them. Well, no, the main reason is that I just don't like going to see new movies in movie theaters that much. So once I can watch them at home, I'll watch them. I can't remember if I've talked about this, but the thing about movie theaters for me is... Oh, that would be fun, actually, do a Barbie watch-along. I'd be down for that. That would be awesome. But yeah, like, with movies for me, I like going to the theater, but I like going to the theater if it's a movie I've already seen and I know I want to see it in the theater. Because going to the theater is like a big commitment. You have to go there. There's a bunch of people. You have to get tickets. The tickets are expensive. The snacks are expensive. And it's like, if I don't know I'm even going to like the movie, I don't want to go to all that hassle. I'd rather just watch it in the comfort of my own home, where I can take piss breaks whenever I want, and I can have whatever snacks I want, and I don't have to deal with other people. And then, if I know, oh, this movie kicks ass, I want to see it with like a group of people and have that theater energy, that's when I want to go see it in the theater. See, the food at theaters is yummy, but I don't know, maybe it's different there. At least over here, theater food is like absurdly expensive for what you get. It sucks. And it's like fine. Like, I can make better popcorn at home, absolutely. The one good... There's like a small theater here at one of the local universities. And they actually have like good, decently priced popcorn, which is a rarity. Yeah, I feel like some movies are cool to see in the theater, like when they have that, like, there's an energy to the crowd and you actually want the energy to the crowd. Like, I watched, a few months ago, I watched the One Piece movie, film Red. I watched it just at home, and it was awesome. But I was like, this actually would have been really cool to see in a theater, because like, you could like feel the crowd getting hype. Like, I'd be super down for people to be like cheering when stuff happened in this. That would be cool. But then like a quieter movie where you want to like really get absorbed in it, I don't need other people in the room for that. I'll do that at home. It depends on the movie and like how new it is. Like, I think people are usually pretty, for the most part, are good about gauging like, this is a movie where cheering would be cool, and this is a movie where making any kind of noise would be obnoxious. And it's also like, if you go see something like opening night or something, you're more likely to get people being rambunctious and stuff, because that's kind of what you want. And I think the one other benefit of theaters is, just because I don't have that much setup at home, is I have like a little home theater setup. I've got a projector that's pretty good. But the sound system in theaters is pretty cool. Like having a really big ol' sound system. Because at home, I actually just use headphones usually if I'm watching stuff on my own. But you don't get like the rumble of the subs. Yeah, I've got a little home theater going on. A while back, when I was thinking about getting... This is actually when I was living in that different place in Canada. I was thinking like, oh, it would be nice to get a TV, but then I thought, oh man, if I get like a TV, I'm going to have to try and get it home when I move back. And that's going to be a pain in the butt. And so I ended up getting like a projector instead. And it was around like the same price as a TV. And I was like, wow, this is so much cooler. And so then since then, I've just got projectors. And so I have an upgraded one now, and I've got a nice little motorized screen. And I can watch stuff big. Oh, I love the rumbles. Like, I went and saw Dune. That was a good movie to see in theaters. Like, I saw that in IMAX. And when the Bene Gesserit does, like, the voice, it, like, I don't know what they paid the sound people to let them make it, like, that loud. But it, like, shakes your soul. It's awesome. Yeah, like, that's another movie that could have been neat to see. Yeah, they did a good job. It would have been cool to see, like, Shin Godzilla in theaters. Like, when Godzilla roars, I want to, like, feel it. I've heard that they've been making these things now for, like, home theaters where... So, like, instead of having a big subwoofer, you can get this thing that you can, like, put in a chair or a couch or something that'll, like, give you those same subwoofer rumbles. You hook it up to your sound system. I think it depends on the IMAX you go to. So, like, some IMAXs are... Hold on, I need to figure out where these go. Like this, I think. Subwoofer? What about a Dom woofer? Um, but some IMAXs really just feel like it's a movie theater, but it's slightly bigger, and those aren't really worth it. But at least the one we have in my town is like actually fucking huge. Like it's really big, and it's totally worth it. Yeah, that's the thing is like I don't know if like traveling to go to it is worth it unless it's really big. Cuz some of them definitely are just like a theater but like a standard movie theater but like 10% or 20% bigger. And I don't think that's worth it. Um Yeah, but the one here is... Right, so apparently, like, the average movie theater screen is, like, around 45 to 50 feet. The IMAX here, wide. The IMAX here is 85 feet wide. So it's, like, it's really big. And it's pretty cool. It's really neat, for, like... They show a lot of, like, nature documentaries and stuff there. And when they have the shots of, like the camera from like a helicopter flying over something, it's so big that it like feels like you're moving along with the camera. It's pretty cool. So yeah, if the IMAX there is that big, I'd say it's worth going to at least once because it's a pretty cool experience. But I know like there's another city nearby here that also has an IMAX, and it was just not as impressive to me. Oh, a Limax. Yeah, I think that's the other one I've been to. Where they're like, yeah, it's an IMAX, guys, but it's just like a slightly bigger movie screen. I think part of the thing, too, is the movie I went to see at that other IMAX was Interstellar. And it was cool to see the effects on like a big screen, but aside from the effects, I was very underwhelmed by that movie, so that's partially maybe has also colored my perception of that theater. Prague. I think it would be cool to go to Prague, though. Prague seems like a cool place. I remember when I was gonna graduate from university, me and my mom were planning a trip. And we were thinking about going to Europe at one point, and we were looking at some places there, like Prague and stuff. But we ended up going to Ecuador instead, which was also very cool. But yeah, I don't think probably worth it just to go to the IMAX. Okay, what order do these go on in? I want to do it right this time. Oh, actually, I've got to panel line this piece first. Yeah, I've heard it's really beautiful there. It's got a lot of really cool architecture and stuff. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It really does. It feels like a fantasy city. There's that, and then this goes in the back like this. I think. Yes. Ooh, starting to look good. Okay. Because the back can open up for the special attack of the Turn A Gundam, the Moonlight Butterfly. The back has all these little bits on it that can open up, so it's got a lot of little pieces here. Let's start with B11. Yeah, it doesn't fully transform, but generally, like, all gunpla are posable, which is nice. None of them are like statues. They all can move and stuff. But generally, master grade ones will have a lot more posability and gimmicks and stuff. So like this one, you can open up the chest and take the missile silos out, and the pieces on the back will open up for how the Moonlight Butterfly works. Stuff like that. The Moonlight Butterfly, people talk about it a lot when it comes to... when people get into, like... You know how certain types of people will always have the power level discussions about anime? Like, could this thing beat this thing? Could this guy beat this guy? who could beat Goku in a fight, shit like that. The Moonlight Butterfly and the Turn A Gundam come up a lot when people talk about power levels in Gundam. Because it's really overpowered. It does kind of look like a fairy, actually, Bun. It's basically these big ethereal wings that come out of the back of the Turn A. And I think at full size, they're supposed to be able to stretch from, like, Earth to Jupiter or something. Like, really fucking far. And basically what they do is they turn technology into sand. They just melt it. And that's a big reason that the tech in the world of Turn A is, for the most part, at a fairly regressed state. Is because in the past, the Turn A went whoom, and it just sanded everything. Yeah, it's really pretty. Did you look it up? It looks so cool. It's like big rainbowy wings. Unfortunately, I don't think it comes with this kit. I was kind of hoping they'd have, like, a clear plastic piece that you could add to it to do the effect for it, but it doesn't seem like it. Like, how did they come up with it? Like, hey, what if it has big ol' glowy wings come out of it? Well, kind of an interesting factoid about this Gundam is the mechanical design of it was done by an American dude. I think he was American. His name was Sid Mead. He was, like, a designer. He worked on Blade Runner, like the original Blade Runner. And I don't remember if they approached him or he actually approached them, like, I want to design a Gundam. But he did the design for this and the Turn X, which is kind of like the main antagonist mobile suit. And that's why they're so unique looking. Oh, yeah, it's an actual guy. Okay, so let's add a little bit of panel lining to these and let them dry while we get the other bits going. True. What is reality, after all? The only thing we can really be sure of for real is that we can't really be sure of anything being real, you know? Because we only know what our senses tell us. Exactly. I dreamt I was a butterfly, but was I perhaps just a butterfly dreaming of being a man? We don't know. Whatever you decide is real is real. That's why This is a trope that really bugs me, that comes up a lot, is whenever there's, like, a completely realistic illusion or alternate world or game world or something that's created, and then the characters are like, we have to get out of this because it's not real. And it's like, reality is so subjective. It literally doesn't matter. Like, I remember one of the Final Fantasy games, is it Tactics? It might be Tactics. Is like, these kids get basically like isekai'd to like this Final Fantasy world, and their lives are way better there because they have like a bunch of problems in real life. But they're like, we have to get back to the real world because this world isn't real. And it's like, what? Your friend is like, can't use his legs in the real world, and here he can like run around and have fun. And you're like, but it's not real. I don't like it. Like, exactly. Well, Neo was unsatisfied, quote unquote, with his real life. But like, I was about to bring the Matrix up, actually. Maybe it's because I'm a robot, but I feel like it's fine. Like, the Matrix. Like, who cares if you're being harvested for batteries? If you don't know about it and you still get to live a normal life in their false reality, isn't that like a win-win? Like, that seems fine. The Earth in the Matrix is, like, ruined and messed up anyways. Why would you want to escape the alternate reality and live in that? There's even, like, a lore bit in the Matrix where the machines say, like, yeah, initially what we made was, like, a completely perfect paradise for all of you to live in. But it didn't work because humans, like, their minds rejected that, so we made, like, the year 2000 instead. But yeah, it's definitely a question of values, but I think just my values are that reality is subjective, so who cares? B8, B9. What if the world is not the world? There's like, y'all have heard of simulation theory, right? They explain it in depth, I believe, in the Somnium Files. Because it's like a major plot point of the second game. But it's the theory that basically we're already living in a simulation. But it's not a big deal. If Nyes told me that I was living in a simulation, I'd simply say, okay, that's fine. I'm failing in it? You're telling me I'm living in a simulation and I'm doing a bad job? Someone out there is looking at my little meters on screen like in The Sims and they're like, oh, this guy's fucked. Exactly. Yeah, it's like, it's not like knowing that you live in the simulation changes your life in the simulation at all. Unless, like in Somnium, you want to find the warp and the weft. Yeah, exactly. They left free will on high, and we're setting our kitchens on fire. So, get some details here. But yeah, it's kind of like, if we lived in a simulation, I'd want to know more about it just because I'd be... She spent the last 30 minutes taking a leak. Like, I'd want to know about it, more about it, just because I'd be curious about it. But it wouldn't be like I'd be like, oh no, my life is meaningless because I'm in a simulation. Exactly. It has just as much meaning as if it was quote-unquote real. It's like that nihilism meme that I really love. Gonna see if I can find it. Hell yeah. It's like this. With Persona 3 characters for reference. They really do, right? Nothing in life matters! Woo! And because it doesn't have any grand meaning, it means you can make whatever meaning you want. It's awesome. Okay, so this is like that. And this is like that. Okay, we're getting there. B7 and B10. Yeah, the Persona version of it definitely isn't the original version, but it's the one I like the most. Because I think it sums up why I like Persona 3 Portable so much. It's more in tune with my views. It's funny thinking about the term millennial because I feel like nowadays people just use two terms for generations, which is that everyone younger than me is a zoomer and everyone older than me is a boomer. Just funny little names. This auto-played near music playlist is a little too remixed for me. Here, I'm gonna play the turn AOP. Because it's really cool. Turn A, turn A. I want to sing this song. I should learn this song. It's so cool. They're like old. Turn A, turn A, turn A. Exactly, it's all brats and geezers. If I'm old, then you're, like, so old! Okay, how does this all go together? B12 as well. Ah! Fuck. Dropped a piece. True. We really are just all brats and geezers. Except for really young people, they're just brats. The thing that really hits you is when you start realizing that the, like, quote-unquote old characters in anime are younger than you. When all the shonen characters are like, wow, this person's so old, and they're like 25. I learned recently that this character in Final Fantasy is supposed to be 23, and I was like, oh, okay. Okay, so this goes on the back of this. Ah! Stop falling off. Yeah, in anime, it's either you look young or you look extremely old. There's no in between. Okay, so that's like that. This goes in. Oh, I see. This goes in after I connect it to the back. There. The back. And all of these can... I think. It's tricky. They're small. Down. This piece falls off really easily. It's probably flip up. Ah! So fiddly. Oh. Yeah, we don't really have that too much here, I don't think. I guess if there is one, it would be like Sunny. There. And the back all opens up like that. Toto and girl is Dai. How's it? Is it pronounced like day or like Dai? Veti and Journée. Dai. Yeah, I don't think we really have, like, names, really. Like, there's, like, a Sunny Boy, I guess. I think it's more like lad or lass, I suppose. Toto. Toto does sound cute. It's like the dog in Wizard of Oz. Okay, now we need to do the boobs. H14. B15. Yeah, like grumpy older person will be like, "Oi, vite! Rione!" It's my Finnish old man impression. This is the Bastion OST. You know what? Last time we listened to the Bastion OST. This time we're going to listen to the Transistor OST. I am an old man. I'm a geezer. Nice. Yeah. One of my previous Gunpla streams, I had the Bastion soundtrack. So this one, it's going to be Transistor. Thank you, Supergiant, for making such banger soundtracks. I feel like here, if we don't know someone's name, we usually just are like, "Hey, you." Hey, you with the face. And if it's like a grumpy old person, they'd probably just call you like boy or girl. Like, "Hey, boy!" If someone hey yous you, you'll start crying. It's not even like a mean thing. Like, you can say it nicely. Like, you can just be like, "Hey, hey you over there. Hey, what's up? What's your name?" But if someone like "Hey boys" or "Hey girls" you... Oh, unless they do it sassily. If it's sassy, it can work. They can be like, "Hey girl!" That works. Oh my god, there's so many details on these pieces. Yeah, it's kind of slay. Hey, girly. Oh, I see. It like goes in and then churns, I think. Sorry, this is complicated. Bye, bestie! Have a good eat! Go slay in your dreams! Okay. The instructions were making it seem more complicated than it actually is. I think I just needed to, like, force it in. That's there. Yeah, I was thinking it. And then B18 and B14. I know I can jump scare you now, Vino. Like in the future, if you're being cheeky, I can just be like, Oi, Yone! Nothing inside. Fingers tied. They really, like, leveled up their vocal tracks in Transistor. Because there was, like, basically the 2 vocal tracks in Bastion that were super good. And then they leveled up. Which I guess it makes sense for Transistor, because the main character is supposed to have been a singer. Play Transistor again someday. I think I like played it when it came out, but that was a long time ago now. There's just too many good games to play in too little time. If only I could retire. Yeah, you're right. It's better to have too many than too few. For sure. Okay. Oh, I should have paid attention to which one of these was which. I think this is down here. Maybe, yes. Okay, no, this goes on top. Like that. And this guy is here. Like... Come on. That. But yeah, I do want to do all of the turn A on stream. I think it'll take a while, but it'll happen eventually. I think I might do some of the prep for the legs off stream because I'm going to be spray painting some of those pieces, and I need to do that outside, and I don't have a good way to take you guys outside with me. But I think for the most part, I want to just keep doing these chill little gunpla mornings on the weekend, and maybe by, like, eventually, I think we can finish it before the end of the year. We can probably finish it before I go to Japan. Yeah, I mean, like, we'll probably finish the chest today is what I'm thinking. But then I expect, like, each arm and each leg to be at least, like, a full stream. And then the equipment, probably another one. The head shouldn't be that much work. So yeah, maybe like a month and a half, I think, if I do it once a week. Okay, there's that. And the missiles. I want to paint the missiles, but because they're removable, I can do that later. Those go in like this. Like this. Oh, I see. This goes over top like this. Right? Yes. And then we have this little chunk, which opens up. Oh, fuck. Still don't fully understand how this one goes in. Maybe I'll look it up later to see if someone has explained it better than the instructions. But these bits on the chest all open up for the little missile silos. And then it just slots in here like that. And there's one side of the chest. Now we just do the other side. Boop boo doop. Boop boo doop. How about y'all? Have you watched anything interesting or played anything interesting recently? Aside from my wonderful streams, of course. Ha! Damn, all of it? I actually still need to finish Legend of the Galactic Heroes. I've been watching it at like a glacial pace. It's like every time I watch an episode, I'm like, oh my god, this is so good. And then I just like don't watch another episode for like a month. Ooh, like the original Dragon Ball? Not Z? I've never seen either, actually. The only Dragon Ball thing I've seen is... Exactly, I'm savoring the taste. Like a cup of tea with rum in it. Oh, both of them. Both Dragon Balls. Both of his balls? The only Dragon Ball thing I've seen is... Some of my friends are big Dragon Ball fans. And when the Broly movie was in theaters, we went and watched the Broly movie, and it was super fun. That was a good movie to watch in the theater. And you didn't really need to know that much about it, aside from, like, general cultural osmosis of who the characters were. I feel like Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z is one of those things where, like, if you're a weeb, or even if you're not a weeb, like, even if you haven't seen them, you just know things about Dragon Ball. You didn't know who Goku was? Son Goku? He's the guy. You thought his name was Saiyan. That's like when I first watched Welcome to the NHK and I thought his senpai's name was Senpai. Oh, because like Super Saiyan, you thought, oh, this is Saiyan going super. I knew he was Goku. I guess that's the thing, is I also have friends that are like huge Dragon Ball nerds, so that's probably colored my perception. I know about Frieza, and Goku, and Gohan, and Cell. And Piccolo. Piccolo's the coolest. I like Piccolo. Oh, a Dino guy. That makes sense. I feel like Dragon Ball's really big in the Americas, is the thing. Like, both North and South America love Dragon Ball. 1913. Oh yeah, like we had over here we had like Dragon Ball Z playing on TV, and then I almost don't even consider like the Pokemon and Digimon dubs as anime because they were altered so heavily. But like Pokemon and Digimon, and then I think we had like some late night channels that played like Inuyasha and stuff, but I never really watched that as a kid. I don't think we had Toonami in Canada, but I know like Toonami was a big way a lot of people in America saw stuff. Because Toonami was like a late night section that Adult Swim would have, and they played a bunch of older stuff, like they played Fooly Cooly and Outlaw Star, and I think they had Cowboy Bebop on there. I do what I can. Won't save you. Yeah, Piccolo's just a little soon, but he's cool. The big green guy. And he does the move where he like shoots out all the balls. Goku just... yeah. He's just a funny guy. That's what I know about Goku. I also know that once Goku has a kid, Piccolo, like, is basically the dad. Because Goku isn't responsible enough to have a child. Oh, yeah. That's the bald kid, right? With the dots on his head. Goku's the kind of dad to leave you to fight a god and then get so excited about fighting the gods that he just keeps fighting gods instead of being your dad. Right, because doesn't he marry the, like, hot android girl? Okay, biggest gripe with Dragon Ball from me as a robot lover. They call the androids androids, but they're just cyborgs. Such a bunch of bullshit. No. Goku marries Chi-Chi, but, Kururin gets with, like, android, right? Even though she's not an android, she's a cyborg, which is... ugh. I don't know, maybe. Don't listen to me. Spoilers. I don't know. I've never seen it. I don't know anything. Maybe I'm wrong. No, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I won't say anything. Actually, maybe I should just start saying things that are wrong, and then you won't know what is a spoiler and what's not. I live in a world where everyone just knows everything about Dragon Ball Z. So I forget that it's possible to spoil it. In Legend of the Galactic Heroes, I'm right at kind of the churning point for a lot of stuff, I think. Like, spoilers for anyone listening who hasn't watched Legend of Galactic Heroes. The Alliance just, like, surrendered. They had that really awesome moment where Reinhardt and Yang finally met and chatted. And then I'm like a couple episodes after that, so Yang's started like moving his pieces around the board still, with the guys that escaped. Exactly, the part where they're extremely unsubtle about that. It's such a good conversation, though, still. And yet, another person is like, hey, Yang, you're so cool and awesome. What if you essentially ruled the Free Planets Alliance? And Yang's like, bro, I don't want to do that shit. I just want to drink tea and have a cat and be in love with my wife. Yeah, it definitely feels like this is the turning point of a bunch of stuff. Also, I'm sad because I'm, like, almost certain that Yang is gonna die at some point. Because it just seems like it's completely set up for, like, him to die, and then Julian has to carry on his ideals, and I'm like, man, I just want this man to have a happy life, but there is no way the world is gonna give it to him. Yeah, how is Yang gonna get out of this situation? And Mr. Yang Wenli is like, well, you see, I have a scheme. He's so awesome. I love Yang. Yeah, Reinhardt's got all his angst and his ambition and stuff. And Yang being the dude that went to military college because he couldn't pay for normal college is a lot more relatable. Pretty much the only thing that's not relatable about Yang is him being like a tactical genius. Yeah, at least he sucks at chess. That is relatable. I also suck at chess. The thing that's nice about chess, though, is that as long as both the people playing suck at chess, it's still fun. Like, as long as you know how the pieces move. I think the only thing that is a problem... Yeah, he's like a special wunderkind. The only real problem is if both the people playing suck at chess. Is when you get near the end and both people don't have that many pieces yet, and it's just like impossible to checkmate. Yeah, so you're just kind of like chasing the king around the board with like a bishop. I was playing a game of Magic the Gathering with some friends the other night, and we had a situation kind of like that where like they were both really close to being dead, but I just couldn't quite finish them off. And it was very difficult to end it. Awkward moments in gaming. It eventually ended because we were playing Commander, and one person had died, so it was 3 people on the table, but it's basically a free-for-all, right? And eventually one of my friends just, like, attacked the other one so that I could finish them both off. Because I had a big enough life lead that, like, I wasn't gonna die. And we wanted to go to bed. The one who resisted the temptations Veep the longest, that's definitely not me. I'm an EP-pilled little cozy cell. Okay, all these bits go on here. This bit is so fiddly. I think I'm doing this wrong, but... Hey, no problem. I think I'm probably finishing up pretty soon, actually, because this is the last piece for the chest. But have a great eat! Thank you! Oh my god, I can't get this piece in. Ah! I'm gonna Google if anyone has talked about this step. They sure haven't. Alright. I think I can just force it in. Don't do this at home. go. That goes there. And this goes up top. And you know what? I'm gonna cut out the cow now so we can put the cow in the chest. I'm sorry, cow. Just sand that down a little bit. Moo. It goes in there. Boo! There we go. And that is the chest of the turn A. Ooh, so pretty. Oh, focus, focus, focus. Focus? What? The webcam hates focusing on stuff that's close to it. Oh, there it is. There it is. With all the little flaps that can open up. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me while I put this together. This will be the project that is being worked on for Gunpla mornings for the future. But for now, have a great time of day, and see you later. Bye-bye, Keen. Oh my god, my fingers are so panel-liney. Bye-bye. Thank you. I did have a good stream. Have a good sleep.